Hello viewers and welcome back to the Elite Karting Series. We're here for round 3 of the season at the ever historic Buckmore Park circuit, and Kieran Hyde-Moody starts on a pole position here for split 3, race 3. Crissy Harding joins him on the first row of the grid. A fantastic lap for her despite her relative inexperience here in outdoor karting, proving her worth in the EKS. Ross Sandwell and Ryan Pratley make up row 2 with Hugh Moreton and Raj Kular row 3 of the grid. Brad Whitehouse and Adam Thompson, two drivers who've proved their worth in Tamworth here at Buckmore, both in at the top 10. Billy Good and Chris O'Connell are row 5 of the grid with Aidan Weller and Henry Walter, both just 0.6 of a second off of the pace. In row 6, Barney Williams and Andy Laister, row 7. Miles Harding and Troy Fraser-McGonigal make up the rest of your grid. All of these drivers in with a shout of getting into that top 10 as we head on throughout the course of this race. Kieran Hyde-Moody on pole position for this one, then the shouts coming up very, very shortly. Then we're ready to go racing for a final split 3 race of the day here in the EKS. 12 minutes on the clock for one final time for split 3. Then there is the shout when the lights go green. We will be racing and it's lights out and away we go. Slightly delayed start for Kieran Hyde-Moody, but he does get clear into turn 1 ahead of Crissy Harding, who really was able to use that clear air in the previous race to get herself into a good position in this one, and by the looks of things she's going to stay in second position as well off of the start, so a really good start for Crissy Harding. Meanwhile, Miles Harding trying to make up some positions in the background. They're 3 wide, briefly into hairpin 2. Miles makes a little bit of contact with Andy Laister, but it's pretty innocuous, no real deal going on there. You still have Kieran Hyde-Moody in the lead of the race. Ross Sandwell not able to make any progress ahead of Crissy Harding out from the start of this one, but we'll be keeping a keen eye on them as they make their way down into Garda for the first time in this race. It's side by side, and I think Ross Sandwell will dive to the inside line and get himself ahead of Crissy Harding. So into second position goes Ross Sandwell. Crissy Harding falls down into third. That's a little bit frustrating for her. That being said, she's all over the back of Ross as they cross the line to complete lap 1.
She is indeed. They are teammates. Remember, Ross Sandwell and Crissy Harding make up Crawley Seekers, but Ross now, as you say, he's up into second place. Crissy did a fantastic job to qualify in second place for this race with a 50.1 in the previous race, so that is why she is up at the sharp end. And we can see in front we've got Chris O'Connell right behind Adam Thompson, who was on the outside of Brad Whitehouse going into heaven 2, but Brad has managed to hold on to 7th position. Now you can see the drivers funneling their way through Sign Sweep and heading down to the bottom of the track. You can see that new patch of tarmac as well goes through Sign Sweep. I can verify it is very grippy indeed, very nice. As we've now got Hugh Moreton looking up the inside, going in to Garda. He's up the inside of, I think that is Ryan Pratley. He is indeed. So Hugh just backs out there and lets Ryan go. I think because he made a bit of contact, he just kind of let Ryan Pratley stay ahead there. But Ryan Pratley now is on the attack, going up the inside of Crissy Harding, going into Conways, and it looks like Ryan has managed to make his way through. And we can see indeed that Ryan Pratley has managed to make his way past Crissy, and they head down to hairpin 1. Looks like in the background, I think that is Adam Thompson. Yeah, it is indeed, who was up the inside of Raj Kular. He's now got his car on his inside now as they head through hairpin 2. It looks like that is Chris O'Connell who was up the inside of him. It was indeed, and now they have settled back down into position, going through the S's, and I think the drivers are back into the positions they were in at the start of this lap.
Chris O'Connell now down the inside of Adam Thompson. They'll stay side by side into Garda, but actually not quite able to get ahead. So Adam Thompson just in the second phase of that corner, getting on the brakes slightly later. Now Hugh Moreton under pressure, I believe that's from Raj Kular, and she's going to make the overtake. Adam Thompson looking to capitalise on a poor run from Hugh Moreton as they make their way down into Conways once again. Chris O'Connell helps himself to a position on Hugh Moreton, who's starting to fall down the order quite dramatically now. That's 2-3 positions Hugh's lost. He looks back to the outside line, might be a 4th here. Number 13, guards Barney Williams going down the inside as well. So Hugh Moreton all the way down into 11th position from what I can tell. Chris now trying to make his way past Raj Kular, can't quite get the exit, but side by side with Andy Laister and Adam Thompson by the looks of things. Excuse me, it's not Adam Thompson actually, it's the number 5 Henry Walter. So Andy Laister getting through there into I was going to say into 13th position, but the changes have happened so much since we last crossed the timing line, it's impossible to guess at this point. Everyone having a battle in this one. Raj Kular now having a look just ahead as Miles Harding tries to get himself past the number 5 of Henry Walter. Can't quite get that run though.
What a battle this is. I mean, look at this. This is what, 5th downwards, all in one long trainers. We've now got a car up the inside in top end. That's Raj Kula up the inside of Crissy Harding. So it looks like Raj, though, has let Crissy go back past. She has indeed. So, yeah, it was a bit of contact going into Conway's there. So she's let him go back past. Chris O'Connor got a little bit of contact there from Barney Williams. But Chris has stayed ahead of Barney. Now you can see it's Andy Laister who's just shot up the inside of Hugh Morriton. We've also got Billy Good up the inside of Aidan Weller going through the S's. But it's like they have settled back down into position, so this is just one massive long train from 5th place all the way down to Troy Fraser McGonigal in last place in 16th.
Now Miles Harding back to the outside line as he has a watch of the number 5 cart, Henry Walter, trying to go down the inside. Miles capitalises on it and is able to get himself orbit into that position. I think they're going to stay 3 wide here as they make their way through Cafe Curve. They're not. Miles Harding is up a position. What a move from Miles Harding, up 2 positions on Henry Walter and Toby Fraser McGonigal at once. That was a piece of amazing, optimistic driving from Miles Harding. Meanwhile, Raj Kular on the outside into hairpin 1, trying to find her way past on Crissy Harding, but can't quite do so. Crissy having to go very defensive here. Adam Thompson overtaken by the number 14 cart of Aidan Weller, so that's a position gain for Aidan. Adam tries to go back on the outside line, but no way through for him there. 7 minutes to go in this race. Raj Kular down the inside of Crissy Harding. Now Chris O'Connell down the inside of Crissy Harding as well as they make their way in to Garda. Chris is able to make his way through, as is Raj Kular.
Yeah, indeed, so good move there by the two of them getting their way past Raj Kular. Shout out, by the way, to Kieran Hyde-Moody and Ross Sandwell, who are battling out for the lead of the race. Neither of them have onboard cameras, unfortunately, but as we can see from the drone now, Ross Sandwell is right behind Kieran Hyde-Moody in the battle for first position. Now looking to the outside of Kieran Hyde-Moody into hairpin 2, trying to get the cutback on exit, but not able to do so. But these two are scrapping out for the win in this race.
I'll return to the outside briefly of the number 18 of Miles Harding. Now to the inside as he makes his way out of hairpin 2, but the exit just not available to him. It's Kieran Hyde-Moody in the lead of this race, but only by 2/10 of a second. We need to keep an eye on that actually, because as they make their way through Garda, from what I can tell, Kieran Hyde-Moody and Ross Sandwell will be battling very, very shortly, I am sure. Ryan Pratley in 3rd position, just 4/10 of a second ahead of Brad Whitehouse. So as our leaders make their way through, let's see Ross Sandwell, who's now only 2/10 of a second behind. Let's see if he can do anything here ahead of Kieran Hyde-Moody, making their way down into hairpin 1. He can't quite find a way through there. In the background, battle for 3rd position. Brad Whitehouse looking to the outside now into hairpin 2 on Ryan Pratley. No way through for him just yet, and as they go on the exit of hairpin 2, looks like he will be alongside Brad Whitehouse, trying to get himself ahead, and does only just, but he's in to 3rd position.
That's a good move there by Brad going in through hairpin 2. Didn't like he was going to get past, but he got the undercut on Ryan Pratley coming out of that corner, and he has managed to make his way past. As we've got Chris O'Connell meanwhile looking at the inside of Raj Kular into paddock, sent it up the inside but wasn't able to pull the move after. You've got Barney Williams, he just shut up the inside of Chris O'Connell there, but he has dropped back down 2 positions. I think he overcooked it a little bit there, go into Garda. We also saw in the previous lap, we saw Brad Whitehouse heading up the inside of Ryan Pratley into Garda, and now Brad Whitehouse has indeed managed to get his way past, as we saw into hairpin 2, and into 3rd place. We can now see Raj Kular looking all over the back of Ryan Pratley as they head into hairpin 1 now into hairpin 2. Raj thinking about going for the move there, but thinking better of it as this race. Oh, that was a move there by Andy Laister, sorry, up the inside of Adam Thompson, but I think Adam Thompson has got him back on the exit as they funnel their way through the S's. He has indeed, so Andy went shooting up the inside then in it to hairpin 2, but Adam managing to regain that 11th position as that's Brad Whitehouse just got in deep into paddock, and he's managed to let past Ryan Pratley and Raj Kular. So Brad Whitehouse, sorry, went in deep into paddock bed, and he's now dropped down to 5th place.
Make their way down into Conways. There's a real defensive move from Ryan Pratley as Raj Kular tries to find her way through. Chris O'Connell will slide his way through on Brad Whitehouse. He'll be so frustrated to lose out on that position. Meanwhile, Adam Thompson goes for a move. You can see that. That's a good move from Adam. He finds himself up a position, gaining spots all the time. Now Raj Kular trying to make her way past Ryan Pratley. Chris O'Connell following closely behind. Let's keep a keen eye on this battle as Chris will try and set himself up for a move. Raj Kular too. However, Ryan Pratley defence has her covered for the time being into Garda. It's such a short run into this corner. No real moves to be made right there. They're going to have to duke it out again with 3 minutes on the clock as they make their way down into Cafe Curve. It'll be through turn 1 that Raj next gets the opportunity to get onto the podium. Same thing for Chris O'Connell, who will try what he can to follow her through, as she's only 3/10 of a second behind Ross Sandwell at the moment, behind Ryan Pratley rather, as they make their way into hairpin 1. She can't get to the inside there. Neither can Chris O'Connell. There can be a move in the background though, as Brad Whitehouse, I believe, gets overtaken, Luke.
Yeah, it's pretty good then going into hairpin 1, managed to make his way through on Brad Whitehouse. Brad Whitehouse as well did pick up, I believe, a contact warning on that previous lap for contact on, I think it was Aidan Weller going into paddock bed, so he will receive a points deduction for that. So now as they make their way now down to the bottom of the track, it is Raj Kular who is in to third position ahead of Ryan Pratley, and then we've got Chris O'Connell and Barley Williams right behind as they make their way back up the hill. You can also see the leaders here. We've got Kieran Hyde-Moody and Ross Sandwell still glued to one another nearly 10 minutes into this race, because it's a great battle for the win as you see them now funneling in to hairpin 1, but it is Kieran Hyde-Moody who stays in the lead of this race.
Now Chris O'Connell to the inside line, trying to find himself up into 4th position ahead of Ryan Pratley, and is able to do so. So now he can be unleashed to chase after Raj Kular for 3rd position. Let's keep an eye on that. I'm sure that'll change shortly. Crissy Harding is on the inside of, I believe that's Brad Whitehouse. It is for 7th position, but can't find a way through. Brad in the number 1 card, holding firm for the time being. 1 minute and 50 on the clock in this race then, and Kieran Hyde-Moody rather I should say, still defending for the lead. In fact, there might be a change for the lead as Ross Sandwell looks to the inside line. Ross is going to try and make the move for the lead into turn 1. Through Henry's Bend they go with turn 2, and Ross Sandwell in to the lead of the race. In the closing stages of the race, Ross Sandwell steals Kieran Hyde-Moody's victory away from him, but Kieran back to the outside line will try and cross the lines over again through hairpin 2, can't quite draw alongside, and Ross Sandwell is your new race leader.
Yeah, and that was a great move there by Ross. You could also see the distance in the... Oh, that's up the inside. Can we see it going through Simon's sweep? We can indeed. That was Kieran Hyde-Moody up the inside, or Ross Sandwell going into Simon's sweep, but he backed out of it. Now can he get the run on Ross as they head up to Garda? Yes, he can indeed. So Kieran Hyde-Moody heading into what is, I believe, the final lap of the race, has managed to make his way back into the lead of the race. So good move there by Kieran Hyde-Moody. Got the run on Ross coming out of paddock, and he's now made the move, but they're now side by side as they cross across the start-finish line. The gap was 0.02 seconds across the line there. So Ross Sandwell, he is back into the lead of this race. Great battle here between these two at the front of the pack.
And it should be the final lap of the race as well, Luke, if I'm not mistaken, as they go back side by side in to the S's. Ross Sandwell on the outside line, Kieran Hyde-Moody taking the lead of the race back at the final opportunity. Let's see if this does turn in to the final lap of the race. It'll be close as they get up to the line. They might just squeeze one more in. We'll wait and see as Kieran Hyde-Moody in to the lead of the race. I think they're going to be okay here to squeeze in one more lap of this race. So Ross Sandwell has got to try it all again. Let's wait and see. Does the clock expire as they get to the line? They will squeeze one more in. By the looks of things, there'll be 4 seconds on the clock as they get to the line. So Ross Sandwell back to the inside line, can't find a way through into turn 1. It will be hairpin 1 that he tries next. However, Ross Sandwell losing about a kart length on Kieran Hyde-Moody as there's battles further behind as well. Raj Kular pretty confident in 3rd position at the moment. Chris O'Connell happy in 4th. Not under. In fact, no, he's not that happy in 4th. There's been a move just behind him, so we'll see maybe if Barney Williams will start to chase after him. Let's keep an eye on these leaders then as they make their way down into the final couple of corners. It's been such a fantastic battle between the two of them, but Kieran Hyde-Moody at the moment has done just enough to hold on. He goes defensive into Garda ahead of Ross Sandwell, who might just get the exit here. They might just drag race as they make their way to the line. It's going to be close between the two of them. However, Kieran Hyde-Moody by just about 1/10 of a second holds on to victory here inside of Split 3 Race 3. What a drive from Kieran.
Yeah, it is, and got going across the line. Chris O'Connell's just pipped Barney Williams going across the finish line there, so Chris O'Connell has finished in 4th place. That was a great race there, but there was a lot of contact in that race and a lot of points deductions given out as a result. But great race there. What a battle that was for the win.
Kieran Hyde-Moody takes victory by just about 1/10 of a second ahead of Crawley Seekers' Ross Sandwell, Raj Kula making up the rest of our senior podium. Chris O'Connell is one of our heavyweight drivers. He's in 4th position, winning the heavyweight class. Barney Williams just behind him in 5th. Ryan Pratley has been very busy throughout the course of this round. He finishes in 6th position, with Brad Whitehouse climbing into 7th. Crissy Harding is in 8th position. Not a bad performance from her throughout the course of the day. She has shown some fantastic pace today at Buckmore Park. Adam Thompson and Andy Laister, the rest of our top 10. Miles Harding is in 11th position with Henry Walter for Apex Predators in 12th. Aidan Weller is in 13th with Hugh Morriton in 14th. Troy Fraser McGonigal is in 15th position with Billy Good being demoted down into 16th due to a 30-second penalty for 3 or more contact warnings.
Okay, I'm here with Kieran and Ross. What a race that was. What a battle that was for the win. Great stuff by the two of you.
Brilliant. No, absolutely brilliant. It was insane. I mean, all the way up until the last minute, we were just battling the whole way through. It was insane. Absolutely insane. Side by side at some points. Brilliant. No, the words don't even describe it. It was the best race I've had in ages. Best race I've had in ages.
And Ross, how was it for you?
Yeah, really good. I mean, the quality with the whole kind of race was just incredible. It was so tight, and it was just compact as well. There was no room for error. So, I mean, it just makes the winner better. So, yeah.
Great stuff. Well done. Hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you very much. Cheers.